Was it a false dawn? Because if you're looking at it, yes, they beat Madrid and they beat Aston Villa, but in the league, it's what, 5 losses in their last 6 now? Yeah. Not just draws, losses.
It was a false dawn. When you look back, I mean, people were wondering, is it going to be a false dawn? When you look back, Villa at home, you know, they had the blueprint on how to beat Liverpool, and they went about it the wrong way. They didn't go long. They tried to play out from the back. Plus, Liverpool were at home, and then they bring Madrid to Anfield as well. The stadiums all full. It's you know, it's Champions League night, and Madrid tried to play out as well. So yeah, in hindsight, it was a false dawn. But so much to work on for Liverpool. There was so many disappointing performances there.
I think when you glance back to last season, there was a period where Man City went, I think it was 13 games where they only won on 1 occasion. And with that, you know, we kept saying, yeah, they're going to break out of this, and they didn't, and they're going to break out of this. And I'm wondering if, you know, this poor run for Liverpool might just rumble on a little bit longer than we're all expecting.
Well, you wonder what they're going to do now to get out of it, because, you know, they've gone back to tried and tested. That's not worked, or it worked temporarily. You know, they've tried Wirtz on the left today. He looked he looked like he struggled. He couldn't find space. He looked not strong enough when he had the ball. He gave the ball away in possession. And Ekitike looked non-existent up front. I think as a number 9, I'm not sure how Liverpool are going to be able to get the ball to him. You know, he's making runs. He's sprinting behind centre-backs. He's making the wrong type of runs, and he's not showing enough speed and enthusiasm out of possession to close people down.
You know, Ekitike, when he, you know, early part of the season, he looked like he was going to be, you know, a real bonus for them. They definitely need to get Isak fit and on the park.
But there was a headache trying to fit Isak in before this, before he got his injury. Will that crop up again, do you think?
Well, possibly, but it depends on you know, how Isak performs. It depends how the team perform, doesn't it? Because you know, results can cover an awful lot up. And at the moment, Liverpool are really being exposed because of poor results.
It's poor results, but they've gone back to the same problems they had before the Aston Villa game, and that's, you know, a lack of energy, a lack of physicality. You know, they couldn't cope with the overloads today, and they couldn't wait to get in at half-time to find out, you know, can we speak to the analyst, can we speak to the manager to get the answers. It's up to the players on the pitch to come up with the answers themselves, to know when you're being overloaded, to know when you need to ask your full-back to step in, or you ask your spare centre-back to step in, or you ask your centre-forward to drop in and help out in midfield. You're away from home, you're getting outnumbered constantly in midfield, you're chasing shadows. You need to do something. The manager can't come up with all the answers. Up to the players on the pitch to show a bit more leadership.
Do you think this is a worse title defence than what we saw a few years ago? I remember they went on a horrendous run, particularly at Anfield. They won, I think, was it 5 matches in a row, which they lost. Van Dijk got injured. But this season, they're defending champions, but they've also signed the 2 most expensive players in British transfer history at the same time.
It's difficult to compare, but obviously the expectation for this title defence, I think when we signed Isak and Wirtz, everyone was like, oh yeah, Liverpool are just going to romp the league.
Never mind Frimpong and Kirkes as well. Let's not forget about that, sorry.
Or Mamardashvili, you know, so yeah, you throw all that into the mix, it's like Liverpool are going to steamroll this league. But yeah, it's all right buying these players, but you know, these players have got to hit the ground running. It's just a Liverpool Football Club, you know, you don't get time to find your feet. There's a big pressure to play. If you can't cope with it, then they very quickly move on without you.
I think also, you know, it is a difficult thing to retain a title. And I think that's why we have to say that what Manchester City have done is so exceptional. It really is. And of course, Manchester United did it in the past in retaining titles. But it is difficult because you are the target. Everybody's looking to shoot at you. But it's amazing how quickly football turns, because after 5 games this season, there were people giving this year's title to Liverpool.